Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are on a early March day here in Oxford, Mississippi, for this high school baseball game between the Water Valley Blue Devils and the Lafayette Commodores here at W.V. Brewer Field on the campus of Lafayette High School. And this will be the second meeting and the last meeting of the year, probably between the Commodores and the Blue Devils. Blue Devils were successful in their meeting last Saturday as they were able to defeat the Commodores 7-0. Blue Devils coming in off a tough loss last night to a strong Senatobia team, 12-3, which was the Blue Devils' first loss of the season. Puts their record at 5-1 on the year. I also believe the Commodores were a loser in a district game last night to one of their district teams, and that puts them with at least two losses. Not real sure of their record, but the Commodores are rebuilding process this year. And the Blue Devils so far have played excellent ball. Talking to Coach Higdon beforehand, had a little problem with some defense last night. Had some balls hit right at him and unable to come up with the play to make it defensively, and the Warriors were able to come away with a 12-3 victory. Today looks like going to be a nice, breezy, cool afternoon. Cloud cover trying to look like break off maybe, and the sun come out. Should be a nice afternoon for baseball. Field here is going to be a little on the wet side. Going to be slow, so the ground balls could take some funny hops today. We're set up on the third base side of the field over here at the end of the Blue Devil dugout, and that's the vantage point that you're getting today, and it should make for a pretty good vantage point, as that's about the only spot we could pick to find where we can get the camera set up and get a good view of the field. But this one should prove to be a good game today. Get some players back. The Blue Devils get one player back in particular that should help them, in particular with the bat. Justin Brewer playing today at catcher. Justin, of course, did real well with the bat last year, and of course is also a good defensive catcher. And we'll see another couple of different people in the lineup today from what you saw last week. Pitching today will be Will Taylor, taking the mound for the Blue Devils, and for the Commodores will be Smith pitching for them as well. They had basically the same lineup they had last week with a couple of exceptions here and there. So we're almost ready to get this thing underway here. Blue Devils coming in from their meeting out along third base line. Commodores almost ready to take the field. And we'll get this thing ready to go. Here's the Blue Devils will bat first. Commodores gathering over on their side of the field. About ready to take the field, I believe. Waiting on a little conference here with the coach. And then you should see the Commodores take the field. Going down to have a word. The starters are with the coach over there. Excuse me. First three batters for the Blue Devils this afternoon will be Will Taylor, Casey Telford, and Michael Fonte. Should make for a interesting ball game this evening. And we'll move right along with it here just momentarily. Nice breezy afternoon here in Oxford. Blue Devils' next action will be scheduled for next week, I believe. On Monday they play Cleveland Eastside, and then they have a game against game scheduled for Tuesday as well, and then they go participate in the Vardaman Spring Classic over in Vardaman, Mississippi, as next week will be spring break. And so the Blue Devils will have a busy week in front of them next week with at least 4 games, I believe, on tap for the spring break schedule. Coaches meeting at home plate there with the umpires. And we ought to be able to get this thing underway here momentarily as they discuss the ground rules and wherefores and why nots of W.V. Brewer Field here at Commodore Stadium, or Commodore campus, I should say. Looking off into the distance over there, I believe you see the construction of a new baseball field. See some work going on with some, that may be girls softball over there instead of baseball. But they're constructing over there nonetheless. But up top it looks like on some dugouts. Playing off down in a hole here. We play down in a hole at home, but this is a little bit bigger hole here that we're playing off down in today. All set to go. Got everything, discussing all the ground rules. And waiting on them to finish their discussion. And we'll be back momentarily with that. I'd like to remind you of some of the fine sponsors today responsible for bringing you Water Valley Blue Devil Baseball on local cable channel 12. Sale Oil Company, Self Auto Sales, Luke's Body Shop, George's Garage, Dr. Paul Odom, Dr. Joe Walker, uh, Sonic Drive-In, the Water Valley Internet, and the Apostolos, all being responsible here for bringing you Blue Devil Baseball. And you'll hear from some of those fine sponsors here later on in the broadcast at the during the breaks that we take along between the innings. And we sure appreciate these fine folks for making Blue Devil Baseball a possibility here on local cable channel 12. Breeze beginning to pick up a little bit here. Blowing straight in this time, as it was blowing out last week at Water Valley. Breeze blowing in here at Lafayette. And Smith on the mound taking his warm-up tosses. We're almost ready to get underway here with this contest between local teams. The Lafayette Commodores Class 4A team against the Blue Devils, a Class 3A team. Teams already having played once before in the home-and-home series. They played at Water Valley at the Blue Devil Field last Saturday with the Blue Devils coming out on top, as I say, 7-0. The winning pitcher in that particular game was Ryan Taylor, helped out in relief by Drew McGehee, and they tagged Chad Gossett with the loss for the Commodores, with Kevin Shackle coming in and giving some excellent relief pitching in there toward in the later innings to shut the Blue Devils down after they had scored the majority of their runs. Smith set the pitch up, set to do the pitching today for the Commodores. First three batters for the Blue Devils: Taylor, Telford, and Fonte. And here we go, about ready to get this thing underway as the umpire approaches home plate, gets ready to clean it off. The other umpire makes his way down to first. As I say here, our vantage point here with the cameras, you will be able to tell, is down the third base line at the end of the Water Valley dugout, looking back towards home plate. Will Taylor steps in. High ball one. One ball, no strikes, the count to Taylor. Smith delivers. Strike called on the pitch. One ball, one strike. One pitch to Taylor. High ball two. Two balls, one strike to count. Foul ball, strike two. 2-2 to count now to leadoff man Will Taylor. 2-2 count. Taylor connects with one off the end of the bat over into right field. And Taylor's on with a single in front of the right fielder. Brings up Casey Telford, the right fielder. Michael Fonte, the shortstop, on deck. Smith set to deliver. Pitching from the stretch. Low, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes to count now on Telford. Whirling a throw at the runner on first. Taylor back in time. Pretty good move there by Smith. Pitch to home is outside, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. One to count. Low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Blue Devils with a little something working here in the top of the first. Strike call. Two. Wheels and throws. Taylor's back. Ball 4 is going to be the call. Telford takes the base on balls. Taylor advances to second. Brings up shortstop Michael Fonte. Catcher Justin Brewer on deck. Blue Devils looking to do a little damage here in the top of the first against the Commodores. Fonte rips one right at the second baseman, and they get the double play as they catch Telford off first. Line out to the second baseman, and he doubles off Telford off second. 4-3. Justin Brewer, the batter. Ryan Taylor on deck. 1 out. Or excuse me, 2 out. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Brewer rips one into left center field. Gets off the glove of the center fielder all the way to the fence. Taylor will score, and Brewer will wind up at second with a nice double into left center field. Ryan Taylor, the batter. Greg Turner on deck. 1 run in, 2 outs in the inning. Blue Devils lead it 1-0 with the RBI double by Justin Brewer. Bruce Stone in to run for Justin Brewer. Ryan Taylor, your batter. Smith steps off, gets his sign. Back on the rubber. Still pitching from the stretch. Low and outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Taylor pounds one into the grass, down the first baseline, foul, strike 1. One ball, 1 strike to count now to Ryan Taylor, Blue Devil center fielder. Taylor cues one off toward the concession stand. Strike 2. 1-2 count now on Ryan Taylor. Taylor strokes it into right center field. Stone scores from second easily on the RBI single by Ryan Taylor. Greg Turner, the batter. Josh Byford on deck. Turner spanks one out into deep right field, but the right fielder is there to put it away for the third out of the inning. The Blue Devils score one in the top of the first, and the Commodores will be coming up here in the bottom of the first. I'd like to remind you that Blue Devil Baseball brought to you by Sail Oil. Visit your route salesman Michael Williams, Bruce and Billy Brown, Water Valley and the Oxford area, and Sail Oil Company, and ask them about our new programs. Sail Oil with an office near you is your full-service propane, log heater, and appliance service company with free estimates. Be sure to ask about our Keep Full program. Sail Oil Company is proud to support today's youth in their athletic endeavors this baseball season. Good luck to all. Also brought to you by Self Auto Company. Caught up in the tax whirlwind, getting a refund? Quit singing the blues and bring your tax refund to Self Auto, Highway 7 South in Water Valley, and put yourself in the car or truck you deserve. Troy Self is waiting to serve you and your automobile needs. Good luck to the Blue Devil baseball team players this year and their coaches as well. Coming up here on the bottom of the first inning of play, first three batters for the Lafayette Commodores, Yarborough, Smith, Mooneyham. Will Taylor, the pitcher today for the Blue Devils. Cover your defense, Josh Byford at third, Michael Fonte at short, Ward Walker in to play second base. Adam Hill is your first baseman. Casey Telford is your right fielder. Ryan Taylor in center, and Drew McGehee out in left. And of course, Justin Brewer is doing the catching today. Coach Downs making his way to the third base box, and we're about ready to go as Yarborough steps in here to face Will Taylor here in the bottom of the first inning of play. Commodores down 1-0 on the strength of an RBI double, make that 2-0. 2-0 on an RBI double by Justin Brewer and an RBI single by Ryan Taylor. 2-0 your score. And Yarborough is out for the first out of the inning. Chad Smith, the batter. Also your pitcher today, Mooneyham on deck. Foul ball, strike one.
Here we go. Hey, wait, say one. Here we go, buddy.
0-1 count on Chad Smith, the pitcher.
Come, Chad.
Will Taylor sets, delivers.
Hey. Take one for the team. That couldn't hurt anybody right there now.
Smith up in the air, out toward Casey Telford and right. Telford there to put it away. Second out of the inning. Mooneyham, the batter. Schenkel on deck.
Hey, good stroke, good stroke. All right, Dallas, right here now. Hey, turn those hands loose. Let's go.
Dallas Mooneyham, your batter. Kevin Schenkel on deck. 2 outs in the inning. No runs in, nobody on. Taylor delivers. High ball one.
Check the plate now. Don't crowd it.
Low ball two.
Now look for something to hit right here.
Mooneyham with a 2-0 count.
Hey, this right there, hit it. Out of here.
2-1 your count to Mooneyham.
Turn on 120, let's go.
Taylor on the mound. Delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike
Come
one.
on, Dallas. Turn it loose, son. Let's go. Come on, baby.
Hit to the shortstop. Fonte up and across for the out. And that's the third out of the inning. 6-4, 6-3 on your putout. And that's it for the Commodores in the bottom of the first. 2-0 your score in favor of the Blue Devils. We'll be back with the Blue Devils in the top of the second after this break along the line. All right, we're back now. Top of the second inning of play. First three batters for the Blue Devils: Josh Byford, Ward Walker, and Drew McGee. Blue Devil was able to score 2 runs in the first inning on the strength of a RBI double by Justin Brewer and an RBI single off the bat of Ryan Taylor. Low ball one. 2 Byford. Low ball 2. Two balls, no strikes now to Josh Byford, the Blue Devil third baseman. Strike on the corner call. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Not a good pitch to swing at right there, Josh. Here we go.
2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes you count. As he did go around on that one. Call strike 3 and Byford's out on strikes. Ward Walker the batter. Drew McGee on deck. Ward Walker the batter. Foul tip. No balls, 1 strike to count to Ward Walker. Strike 2 on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes to Ward Walker. Smith delivers. Low in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Just outside, full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count on Ward Walker. Ward works the pitcher. Smith. Solid single through the hole past the shortstop for Walker. Nice single through the hole for Walker. That brings up Drew McGee, the Blue Devil left fielder, with Will Taylor, the leadoff man, on deck. And they throw in come close to Ward, but not quite getting him as he's able to get back. Strike on the outside corner to McGee. Drew McGee. Catching Walker leaning the other way, he's able to get back. McGehee lays the bunt down, goes just foul. As the ball was rolling just a little bit, almost executed the bunt single. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on McGehee. Ward Walker at first. 1 out in the inning here in the top of the second inning of play. Low in the dirt. Ball 2. Two the count. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count to McGehee. Throws back at Walker. Walker able to get back. High. Excuse me, that makes it 3 balls. Full count now on McGehee. Fouls it off back over the backstop. Strike 2. Ward Walker at first. 1 out in the inning. Swing and a miss, and McGehee is out on strikes. Will Taylor, the batter. Casey Telford on deck. 2 outs. Will singled last time into right field and scored later on Justin Brewer's RBI double. Smith delivers. Strike on the outside corner call. No balls, 1 strike to pitch. Taylor fouls it back, strike 2. Oh, 2 count now on Will Taylor. Low. Walker off and steals second. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now to Will Taylor. Walker now at second. Taylor spanks it to second. Turns, makes the play, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. No runs for the Blue Devils. We'll be back here in a few minutes with the Commodores in the bottom of the 1st. I'd like to remind you of our fine sponsors. George's Garage. Are you having problems with your car or truck? There is a good, honest mechanic around here, and his name is George Crocker. George has a garage in the Palestine community, works on all types of cars, trucks, and diesels. George's Garage is the place for all your major vehicle problems and towing needs. Call 473-1185. And by Dr. Paul Odom. Dr. Paul Odom, serving this community for the past 12 years, proudly supports the future of our community through its youth and athletic activities. Go Big Blue, beat those Commodores, and good luck to our boys in blue. Visit Dr. Odom's clinic for all your medical needs, open 7 days a week, meeting your healthcare needs at any age. Dr. Odom, keeping up and keeping you healthy. Phone 473-1311. First 3 batters for the Commodores here in the bottom of the 2nd inning of play. Kevin Shankle, Nick Lewis, Chad Gossett. Will Taylor back on for his 2nd inning of work, as the Blue Devils lead this contest 2-0, scoring 2 in the 1st. Infielders getting their warm-up tosses. Throw goes down from Justin Brewer. And Will Taylor is ready now as Shankle steps in. Third baseman Kevin Shankle.
Hey, hit a bomb out there. Let's go. Come on, Terry. Hey, big stick right here.
Taylor steps in now. Shankle, of course, the cleanup hitter for the Commodores. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Come on, baby. You all right? Let's go.
No balls, one strike on Shankle.
Here we go.
Foul ball. Strike two.
You don't need but one. Work hard up there. Let's go. We'll get it. Anything close now, Kevin. Punch on it.
No balls, two strikes on Shankle.
Hey, if it's close,
Ball one.
we'll get a good picture, kid. Let's go. Good job. There you
Ball two. Two balls, two strikes to count on Kevin Shankle.
working hard. Keep working hard.
Taylor gets his sign. Shankle hits one toward second baseman Ward Walker, fields it, and throws on to first baseman Adam Hill for the first out of the inning. 4-3 on your putout. Brings up Nick Lewis, the catcher. Chad Gossett, the first baseman, on deck. Lewis, the catcher, steps in. Gossett on deck. One out here in the inning. 2-0 your score in favor of the Blue Devils here in the bottom of the second inning of play. Low ball one.
Please, man, get that off the ground. Let's go. That's two you took from us. Let's go.
Swing and a miss. Strike two.
Get in there. Come on, Nick.
Lewis pops it up in the infield. Ward Walker calling for it and puts it away for the second out of the inning. Brings up Chad Gossett, the first baseman. Aaron Burns on deck.
Come on, Chad.
Gossett steps in now. Burns on deck. 2 outs in the inning. Commodores trailing 2-0. Swing and a miss. Strike one on Gossett.
Come on, Chad. You can do it.
Swing and a miss. Or swing and a foul back. Excuse me. Strike two.
Hey, let's go right here. Come on, Chad. Come on, battle right here now. Come on.
Two strikes on Gossett. Popped it up into the air out toward right field. Casey Telford can't get there in time, and it drops in for a single in front of Telford. Gossett on with the single. Brings up Burns. Seeley on deck. One man on. 2 outs in the inning. Burns your batter. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Come on, Aaron. Get the ball down a little now. Come on, son. You ready to move, Chad? Get a step.
Pops it up into the air. Shallow right field. Ward Walker, the second baseman, is there and calls for it and makes the out for the third out of the inning, and the Commodores are held scoreless once again. We'll be back with the third inning of play and the Blue Devils at bat after this break along the line. You're watching Blue Devil Baseball. Top of the third inning of play coming up here. 2-0 is your score in favor of the Blue Devils. Blue Devils getting their runs in the first inning on the RBI double by Justin Brewer and an RBI single by Ryan Taylor. Blue Devils here batting in the top of the third inning of play. First three batters, Casey Telford, Michael Fonte, and Justin Brewer. Swing and a foul tip, strike one. Telford steps in now. Swing and a miss, strike two. He waved at that one on the outside. 0-2 count on Telford. Low in the dirt, ball one. One, two the count. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cool, breezy afternoon here in Oxford at WV Brewer Field. Telford lofts one in the air down the line. Off the glove of the left fielder. Telford's at second and holds up there with a double. Error on the third base, on the left fielder, rather, excuse me. Yes, Yarborough right there. Telford on with a two-base error. Fonte the batter, Justin Brewer on deck. Right off the heel of his glove. Strike one called. Fonte skies it towards center field. Center fielder on the run and makes a nice grab. Fly out to the center fielder. Justin Brewer, the batter. Ryan Taylor on deck, one out. Swing and a miss, strike one. Brewer with an RBI double last time at bat. Responsible for the first Blue Devil run. Swing and a miss, strike two. Smith set, gets his sign. Brewer pokes it down the first base line, just foul. Strike two. Two strikes now on Brewer. Low in the dirt. 2-2 to count on Brewer. Brewer lie on the line in left field. It's gone. It bounces high. Telford going for home and is there. Brewer in at second with a double. Brewer's second RBI double of the game. Telford scores and the Blue Devils go up 3-0 on the Commodores. Ryan Taylor, you batter. Greg Turner on deck. Taylor had an RBI single his last at bat. Backs it up, pops it up out of play. Back up on top of the hill. No balls, one strike to count on Ryan Taylor. Taylor with an 0-1 count. Low in the dirt, gets away. Courtesy runner Bruce Stone makes his way to third. Ryan Taylor now steps in with a 1-1 count. Strike call, strike two. Swing and a miss, and that was strike three, and Taylor is out on strikes for the second out of the inning. Brings up Greg Turner, Josh Byford on deck. Turner will fly it out to the outfield his last time at bat. Low ball one. Excuse me, called that a strike. Low ball one, 1-1 to count. Excuse me. 1-1 to count to Greg Turner. Runner on third, 1 run in, 3-0 your score. Ground ball hit toward the third baseman, Schenkel across the way, and it makes the put out. 5-3. 1 run in, 3-0 your score in favor of the Blue Devils. I'd like to remind everyone of our sponsors responsible for Blue Devil Baseball on Cable Channel 12. Luke's Body Shop proudly supports Blue Devil Baseball and our boys in blue. With this in mind, Luke's Body Shop wishes our Blue Devils and their coaches the best of luck. Visit Luke's Body Shop downtown Water Valley for all your vehicle body repairs needs, as well as repainting and windshield repair. Or if you need a tow, call Luke's Body Shop at 473-4528. And by Dr. Joe Walker. Dr. Walker proudly supports Blue Devil Baseball and the future growth and goodwill of Water Valley. With this in mind, Dr. Walker family and his staff wish the Blue Devils and their supporters Godspeed and the best of luck this season. Play hard, play fair, and play to win. Go Devils. First three batters for the Commodores here in the bottom of the third inning of play will be Seeley, Awney, and Yarborough. 3-0 is your score as the Blue Devils were able to notch another one in the top of the third. Justin Brewer once again with an RBI double, driving in a run. Will Taylor back out on the mound now for his third inning of work. Seeley the batter, Mike Awney on deck. Cloud still hanging around. Excuse me. Seeley the batter. Low ball one.
Hey, boy, Matt. Watch it. Hey, Matt, step with your pitch. Come on, let's go. Every pitch, have a purpose. Every pitch. Right, Matt. That boy.
Josh Byford scoops that one up, comes across, and makes the play. 5-3 on the putout. Mike Awney the batter. Brian Yarborough on deck.
Hey, Awney, hit one in the face. Let's go. Hit the ball solid, son. Let's go. Shoot, he finna go out of here. Watch it. Awney, let's go, baby. Swell up.
Mike Awney the batter.
Talking about you.
Call strike one.
Tall man.
No balls, one strike to count.
Come on, Mike.
High ball two. Or ball one, excuse me. 1-1 to count. Strike two.
Watch a good one, Mike. Let's go, son. Let's go. Come on, Mike.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Awney. Hit the ball into shallow left field for the single. McGehee gets it, comes back in with it, and Oni is on with the single. Brian Yarborough, the batter. Chad Smith on deck.
Hey, watch that front leg, Mike. Get a step. Come up a little, Drew. Stay there.
Taylor throws back.
Watch that front leg now. Let's go. Come on, Brian.
Yarborough, the batter.
Hands in the middle.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
See it to the bat now. Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian.
Yarborough, the batter. Oni on it first.
All right, all right.
Ball four. Yarborough's on via the walk. Chad Smith, the batter. Oni on at second, one out. Chad Smith, the batter. Runners at first and second.
Watch it behind you, Brian. You get a step. You're good. Now right there, second base.
Into the air, into center field. Ryan Taylor out there underneath it for the catch. Second out of the inning.
Come on, take a good cut. Let's go.
Mooneyham, the batter. Schenkel on deck. 2 outs.
Rolling this way, Josh is going to be a third. Hey, I need you now. Come on, Dallas. Hey, get those hands through there now. Come on. Watch it, Brian.
Dallas Mooneyham, the batter. Runners at first and second.
Come on, Dallas. You all right? Pop. Attaboy.
High ball one.
Let's go. What do you say, Will? All right. Pop when he comes home. Pop. Let's go, Mike.
Down at third base line.
On the bag. Watch it.
Throw coming in as he holds it up. Mooneyham advances the runner.
Got 2 out now. Got 2 out. Let's go, Biggie.
Schenkel, the batter.
Attaboy. Hey, you spit on that. You want it right there, baby. Right there.
Bases are loaded.
Forget about it. Let's go. Hey, step with the pitch.
Strike on it. Got the bases loaded.
Right there, Dallas.
Mooneyham's on via the single. Schenkel, you better.
Be a good hitter right here now.
2 outs in the inning.
Come on, Kevin.
Taylor getting his sign.
That's a good job.
Steps out.
Up a little bit, poke the base hit out. Let's go. Guard that dish right here, 3-5. Come on now. You okay? Here we go, 4. Good.
Low.
Man, y'all quit begging, golly. Man, 10 cups. Let's go, Kevin.
2-2 count now on Schenkel.
Come on, Kevin. Hey, Will. Hey, hit a dart right here. Let's go. Hop, Brian.
Ball gets in the air on a short hop to Ward Walker, and Walker makes the play for the third out of the inning. No runs for the Commodores, and that's at the end of the 3 innings of play. 3-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. We'll be back with the top of the 4th inning after this break along the line. You're watching Blue Devil Baseball. Chad Smith, still the pitcher, working into his 4th inning of play here for the Commodores. Trying to come back from a 3-1 deficit. Byford steps in now. Low ball one. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Outside. Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Low in the dirt. Ball three. 3 balls, 1 strike to count now on Josh Byford. Strike on the inside corner there. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Byford pops it back out of play. Full count still. 3-2 on Byford. Down the third base line, past the third baseman into left field. Byford comes around first, looking at second, but wisely decides to stay at first with the single down the third base line. That brings up Ward Walker. Drew McGehee on deck. Walker was able to reach base last time on the single. Byford able to get back in time. Low ball one. Low and outside. Ball two. Two balls, no strikes account on Ward Walker. Strike called. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Ball gets away from the first baseman. Ball gets in behind the bag. Or goes underneath the fence, rather, and the runner advances to second. Byford goes to second. Ward Walker with a 1-2-1 count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Strike two, the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count now on Ward Walker. Inside, ball three. Full count now to Walker. Josh Byford on at second. Nobody out in the inning. Drew McGehee on deck. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and Walker's down on strikes. Drew McGehee, the batter. Will Taylor on deck. 1 out. McGehee went down on strikes his last at bat. High ball one. Smith gets his sign. Low and inside, ball two. Wheels, and Byford goes back to second, although no one was there to cover. Once again, trying to keep Byford close at second, not letting him get too much of a lead. Strike called on the pitch. 1-1 to count. McGee strokes one into right field. Nice single. Misplayed by the right fielder. Byford will come around to score on the error. And McGee remains at first. Once again, Byford scores on the error by the right fielder. Will Taylor, the batter. Casey Telford on deck. 1 out. Swing and a miss by Taylor. Strike 1. I believe that one caught a piece of the catcher as it bounced off. He was awful slow to come up. No balls, 1 strike to count now on Taylor. Strike 2 call. Just outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It looked like Smith's arm may be beginning to give him some trouble. He's looking like he's trying to loosen it up or something. Taylor with a 1-2 count. Taylor strokes it into center field for the single. Drew McGee bounces off the center field fence. And they hold McGee up.
Who's coaching right here? Y'all get in that dugout and don't say anything.
Taylor winds up at second with a nice double. Casey Telford, the batter. Michael Fonte on deck.
Let's go, Casey.
Runners on at second and third. Casey Telford, the batter. Telford puts the ball in play, and it's going to come in down. And Drew McGee scores on the little punch single by Casey Telford. Will Taylor winds up at third, and the Blue Devils are on the board again this inning. Michael Fonte, the batter now. Justin Brewer on deck. 1 out. Runners on the corners for Fonte. Smith throws over at Telford. Inside, a strike. Telford's there and misplayed by the second baseman, and Will Taylor takes off and advances home on the throwing error by the catcher. Telford all the way over to third. Fonte now with a runner at third. 3 runs in the inning, 6-0 the score in favor of the Blue Devils. Strike 2 to call on Fonte. Oh, 2 count. Low in the dirt. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. High, ball 2. 2-2 to count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Michael Fonte. Fonte swings and fouls it back over the backstop. Strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to count now on the shortstop Fonte. Fonte hits it toward the first baseman. The first baseman bobbles the ball but is able to make the play unassisted for the second out of the inning. Telford is able to score, however, on it. Justin Brewer, the batter. Ryan Taylor on deck. 2 outs in the inning. Strike on the play called. Smith into his windup. Brewer fouls it off over into the fence. Strike 2. 7-0 is your score in favor of the Commodores. In favor of the Blue Devils. Inside ball 2. 1-2 to count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled off the plate. Strike 2. Top of the 4th inning of play. Oh, and that one hit him. Hit him on the lower leg. And Brewer's on. Ryan Taylor, the batter. Greg Turner on deck. Low and outside, ball 1. Once again, Bruce Stone on as a courtesy runner for Brewer at first. Up cleans the plate off. Ryan Taylor steps in now. Strike call. One to count to Ryan Taylor. Taylor strikes one hard right up the middle of the field to center field. Stone coming around to third. Runners at the corners, first and third, off of the single by Ryan Taylor. Greg Turner, the batter. Josh Byford on deck. 2 outs in the inning. Low and outside, ball 1. Low, ball 2. Ryan Taylor advances to second. Bad throw into center field. Scores Stone, and Taylor advances to third on the errors. 5 runs in for the Blue Devils in this inning. Makes the score 8-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. Greg Turner, your batter. 2 balls, no strike count on Turner. Runner at third in the form of Ryan Taylor. Turner pops it up into the infield. Smith makes the catch and for the putout, but not before the Blue Devils get on the board 5 times in the 4th inning to make the score 8-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. I'd like to remind you of some of the fine sponsors responsible for Blue Devil baseball here on Cable Channel 12. Sale Oil Company. Visit your route salesman Michael Williams, Bruce and Billy Browen in the Water Valley, Oxford area at Sale Oil Company and ask them about our new programs. Sale Oil with an office near you is your full-service propane, log heater, and appliance service company with free estimates. Be sure to ask about our Keep Full programs. Sale Oil Company is proud to support today's youth in their athletic endeavors this baseball season. Good luck to all. And by Self Auto Company. Caught up in the tax whirlwind, getting a refund? Quit singing the blues and bring your tax refund to Self Auto, Highway 7 South in Water Valley, and put yourself in the car or truck you deserve. Troy Self is waiting to serve you and your automobile needs. Good luck to the Blue Devil baseball team players and their coaches this season. Coming up for the Commodores now in the bottom of the 4th inning of play. First 3 batters, Kevin Schenkel, Nick Lewis, and Chad Gossett. As so far, Will Taylor has held them scoreless here. Got them shut out through 4, or through 3.5, or 3. 8-0 is your score in favor of the Blue Devils. Will Taylor back out for his 4th inning of work. Brings up Schenkel. Change in the lineup. Lewis the batter, excuse me, not Schenkel. Chad Gossett on deck. Burns the batter. Right down the third base line. Fair ball for Lewis. Lewis rounds and the ball quickly back in. Lewis on with a single. Chad Gossett the batter. Aaron Burns on deck. Courtesy runner in for the catcher. Gossett. Foul ball, strike 1 on Gossett.
Hey, keep that shoulder up, Chad. Keep your shoulder up now. Let's go. 4 steps. You're moving on the ground, Jeffrey. All right.
Low ball 1.
Good job, that boy. Hey.
1 ball, 1 strike. Down the right field line, up against the wall. That was going to roll all the way to the fence. Telford in it. They bring it in. You got runners at second and third now as the first serious Commodore threat of the game. As Gossett gets 2, Aaron Burns, the batter, Seeley on deck. Nobody out. In the dirt, ball 1. Pop fly, look like gonna be close to being out of play. And Brewer able to make the catch there. Nice catch for the out. Burns pops it out to the catcher for out number 1. Seeley the batter, Ani on deck. 1 out in the inning. Runners at second and third. Low and outside.
Right back down the foul line. Come on, Matt.
Pop fly. Taylor makes the put out for the second out of the inning. Fly out to one. Mike Awney, the batter. Brian Yarber on deck. 2 outs. Runner still at second and third.
Hey, Oni, do the job. Do your job right here. You ready out there, Drew? Give me a line drive base hit. Yeah,
Will Taylor looking to preserve the shutout here. Awney strokes it into center field for the single. Could score 2. Ryan Taylor comes up with it. And it is a 2-run single for Awney. Commodores on the board with 2 runs. Brian Yarber, the batter. Chad Smith on deck. 2 outs in the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1 on Yarborough. Foul ball, strike 2. Yarborough, you better. Awney on it first. 2 runs in for the Commodores. Low. Run goes into center field, backed up there by Ryan Taylor. Awney advances to second.
Let's go, man. Come on.
2-1 count.
You're good. You're good now. Hop.
Foul ball down the third base line. Strike 2.
All right. 2 strikes, that's what you got to do now. Hey, step with the pitch. Don't let him slip the fastball by you. Come on, Brian. Base hit right here. Get a step, Mike. You're all right.
2 strikes.
Hop.
High.
Hey, battle hard now, Brian. Battle hard up there, son.
2-2 you count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Yarborough. Low and outside, ball 3.
Hey, all 4 base hit. Let's go now. Come on.
Full count on Yarborough.
Come on, Brian. All right now, Mike. Hop.
Pops it up. Going to be possibly out of play, and it is. Just behind the Lafayette bench. Strike, full count.
Hey, keep battling, Brian. Keep battling now. Let's
2 outs in the inning. 2 runs in for the Commodores. Man on second.
bat now. See it to the bat. Right there. Let's go. All right, Mike.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him on the throw out there. Yarborough with the K. And the third out of the inning. And through 4 complete, the Commodores finally get on the board with 2 runs. 8-2 is your score at the end of 4 complete innings of play. We'll be back with the top of the 5th. After this break along the line, you're watching Blue Devil Baseball. 8-2 is your score here in the top of the 5th inning of play. The Blue Devils in the lead. Commodores able to get on the board with 2 runs there in the bottom of the 4th inning of play. First 3 batters for the Blue Devils here in the top of the 5th. Josh Byford, Ward Walker, Drew McGehee. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Chad Smith continuing on here into his 5th inning of work. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 the call. Byford goes down on strikes. Ward Walker the batter. Drew McGehee on deck. Strike the call. Ball one. Two balls, 1 strike. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now on Ward Walker. High, ball 3. Excuse me, that was high ball 2. That makes ball 3. Full count now. Tall, strike 3. Walker goes down on strikes. Drew McGehee the batter. Will Taylor on deck. High, ball 1. McGehee hits one toward the second baseman. Comes back across with it for the third out of the inning, and the Blue Devils go down 1-2-3 here in the top of the 5th inning of play. Commodores upcoming in the bottom of the 5th. Sponsors for today's game: George's Garage. Are you having problems with your car or truck? There is a good, honest mechanic around here, and his name is George Crocker. George has a garage in the Palestine community, works on all types of cars, trucks, and diesels. George's Garage is the place for all your major vehicle problems and towing needs. Call 473-1185. And by Dr. Paul Odom. Dr. Paul Odom, serving this community for the past 12 years, proudly supports the future of our community through its youth and athletic activities. Go Big Blue, beat those Commodores, and then good luck to our boys in blue. Visit Dr. Odom's Clinic for all your medical needs, open 7 days a week, meeting your health care needs at any age. Dr. Odom, keeping up and keeping you healthy. Phone 473-1311. First 3 batters for the Commodores in the bottom of the 5th: Chad Smith, Mooneyham, and Shankle. Going to be a pitching change also in effect here in the bottom of the 5th inning of play. Drew McGehee coming in now to take over the pitching spot as he comes in relief of Will Taylor. Pitching change in effect now, and we're ready to go. Drew McGehee set to deal to Chad Smith. Strike called there on Smith. 0-1 to count. Smith pounds the ball to third baseman Josh Byford. Fields it cleanly and throws it across for the putout. 5-3 on Smith. First out of the inning. Mooneyham the batter, Shankle on deck. Drew McGehee into pitch. Ryan Taylor moves back around to left field, and Will Taylor moves out to center.
Come on, 20, let's go now. Get nasty up there. Hit one of them out.
Mooneyham is your batter. Two balls, no strikes to Mooneyham. William pops it up, going to be out of play, strike one. Two balls, one strike to count. Foul ball, strike two. Two balls, two strikes to count now on Mooneyham. One out in the inning. Two balls, two strikes. Ball hit off of McGee's glove. And not able to get there as the ball was hit off of McGee's glove, and Mooneyham reaches on the single. Infield hit. Kevin Shankle, the batter. Nick Lewis on deck. One out. Swing and a miss, strike one. Strike two on Shankle. No balls, two strikes. Runner on at first. High ball one. One ball, two strikes to count on Shankle. Ball popped up into the air, short center field. Fonte able to come up with it. Almost had a miscommunication out there. Two outs in the inning. Nick Lewis, the batter. Chad Gossett on deck. Lewis, the batter. Mooneyham on first. Pops it up in the air. Playable for in foul ground. Brewer not able to hold on to it. Strike one.
Hey, Nick. That shoulder's down here, son. Keep your shoulder up and drive the ball out there somewhere. Let's go.
Two outs in the inning. Man on at first. Lewis, the batter. Gossett on deck. To the shortstop. The short way across. And that's the third out. Five complete innings of play, and your score is 8-2 in favor of the Blue Devils. We'll be back with the top of the sixth inning after this break along the line. You're watching Blue Devil Baseball. Eight to 2 your score here, top of the sixth inning of play at WV Brewer Field here on the campus of Lafayette High School. Water Valley Blue Devils over the Commodores 8-2. Blue Devils about to bat here in the top of the sixth inning of play. First three batters, Will Taylor, Casey Telford, Michael Fonte. Chad Smith working into his sixth inning of work here for the Commodores. Commodores were finally able to get on the board in the fourth inning with a couple of runs. Blue Devils were set down in order in the bottom of the fifth. Will Taylor, your batter. Taylor drives one into center field, right at the center fielder, who had to move about 2 steps. One out. Casey Telford, the batter. Michael Fonte on deck. Strike one to call. Low ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. One to count now on Telford. Two one on Telford now. One out in the inning. Taylor flat out to center field. 8-2 is your score in favor of the Blue Devils. Telford knocks one toward the shortstop. Mooneyham up across with it, and Telford's speed beats it out. Excellent speed on Casey Telford's part, and he's able to beat it out on the infield single. Fonte the batter, Justin Brewer on deck, 1 out. Fonte has flied out twice and bounced out to the first baseman. Telford is back. Fonte strokes one deep, and that one's gone. 2-run homer for Michael Fonte, deep to left. Telford gets to trot home, as does Fonte. Well hit ball out into deep left field. That makes the score of the Blue Devils 10, the Commodores 2. And Coach Downs, I think, has seen enough. Coach Downs is going to make the move to Gossett to come in relief. And he will bring in Gossett, Chad Gossett, to come in relief of Chad Smith. And we'll have a minor pitching change here in the works. Gossett finishes his warm-up tosses, and Justin Brewer steps in. High ball one. Ryan Taylor on deck. 1 out in the inning, 2 runs in on Fonte's 2-run homer. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Brewer's gone 2 for 2 today and been hit by a pitch. Outside ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Oh, strike called on the play. Awful low and outside, it looked like. 2-2 to count. High ball 3. 3-2 the count on Brewer. Brewer crushes one to deep center field. Bye-bye, it's out of here. Back-to-back home runs by Fonte and Brewer, and that puts the Blue Devils up to 11-2. Brewer worked that to a full count and then found the pitch he liked and drove it out of sight. I believe it was Justin's 4th homer. Ryan Taylor, the batter. Greg Turner on deck. 1 out. Low ball 1. Taylor gets a hold of one. Could it be? The ballpark won't hold it. Back to back to back. Home run, Ryan Taylor. As Ryan takes that one out of the park out there to deep center, that makes the score 12-2. And that'll bring up Greg Turner, the batter. Josh Byford on deck, 1 out in the inning. Blue Devils have scored 4 runs in the inning. All 4 had a 2-run homer first by Fonte, then solo homers by Brewer and Taylor. Greg Turner, your batter now, with Josh Byford on deck. And they say he went, and that one was in the dirt. Strike 1. Gossett set to go with an 0-1 count. Low in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Turner. Gossett sets. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Turner. Turner hits one back up the middle toward the shortstop. Smith comes across and makes the successful putout for the 2nd out of the inning. 6-3 on the putout. Brings up Josh Byford, the batter. Ward Walker on deck. 2 outs. Gotta have one more. Josh Byford, the batter. Strike 1 to call. Byford fouls it back out of play. Strike 2.
Let's go, Byford. We got 2 outs right here. Let's go.
0-2 count. Fouls it back out of play toward the concession stand. 0-2 count still. Oh, 2 to Byford. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Byford goes down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. Blue Devils score 4 runs in the top of the 6th inning of play, and that makes the score 12-2 in favor of the Blue Devils over the Commodores. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th in just a moment. I'd like to remind you of some of the fine sponsors for today's Blue Devil baseball. Luke's Body Shop. Luke's Body Shop proudly supports Blue Devil baseball and our boys in blue. With this in mind, Luke Body Shop wishes our Blue Devils and their coaches the best of luck. Visit Luke's Body Shop downtown Water Valley for all your vehicle body repair needs, as well as repainting and windshield repair. Or if you just need a tow, call Luke's Body Shop 473-4528. Also brought to you by Dr. Joe Walker. Dr. Walker proudly supports Blue Devil baseball and the future growth and goodwill of Water Valley. With this in mind, Dr. Walker, his family, and staff wish the Blue Devils and their supporters Godspeed and the best of luck this season. Play hard, play fair, and play to win. Go Devils. First three batters now for the Commodores in the bottom of the sixth inning of play: Chad Gossett, Aaron Burns, and Seeley. Drew McGehee on for his second inning of work here in the sixth. Commodores get the bat here, looking to try to get back in this thing as they trail by 10. Gossett's your batter as he strolls toward the plate. Gossett steps in. McGehee. Strike called. Back up the middle for a single there from Gossett. Aaron Burns the batter. Seeley on deck.
Keep your shoulder up now. Let's go. Hit something hard right here, Aaron. Let's go. Watch it right there. Four step.
Nobody out. Man on first. Hit towards Walker. DeFonte. Oh, just missed him. Just missed completing the double play. One out. Fielder's choice for Burns. Matt Seeley the batter. Mike Awney on deck. One out. As they just missed the double play at first. Swing and a miss. Strike one. As the sun peeks out to show its face in the dirt, ball one. Seeley pops it back out of play. Strike on the call.
Come on, man. I need you now. Right here. Let's go.
2-2 to count. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Mike Awney the batter. Brian Yarborough on deck. Well, 2 outs. Awney came through with a clutch 2 RBI single his last at bat. That is responsible for the only 2 Lafayette runs. Strike on the call. Hit into short center field. Ball going to bounce in front of Will Taylor, the center fielder out there. Men on at first and second. Yarborough the batter. Smith on deck. 2 outs in the inning.
Hit a good pitch now. Hit a good pitch. Drive the ball. Now you're due. You're due, son. Let's go.
Next action for the Blue Devils will be on the 6th, which will be Monday against Cleveland Eastside.
Right here. Not up here. Come on, let's go. Come on, Brian. Aaron, you got to get a good lead and a good jump. You don't score, we don't keep playing. Get a lead.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Hey, you got a battle right here. Come on.
0-2 the count now to Yarborough. Hit the ball to the third baseman, and Byford makes the put out unassisted at third. And that's going to be the ball game as the Commodores get their final at bat there in the bottom of the sixth. And we'll take a break and be back to wrap this thing up here after this break along the line. All right, and here we are. Final score here, 12-2 in favor of the Blue Devils as they were able to put this thing away here going into the later innings, scoring 5 runs in the fourth and 4 runs in the sixth, along with 2 in the first and 1 in the third, as Justin Brewer went 3 for 3 with 2 RBI doubles and a home run, and was also got on base via the hit batsman route. Michael Fonte also homered once today. Ryan Taylor singled twice and homered, and they had a big part in that. Most of the Blue Devil runs that were scored. Casey Telford had a nice doubling and was able to score. Several players with Will Taylor singled and doubled it in his game today as he pitched 4 strong innings, and Drew McGehee came on to pick him up in relief with 2 nice innings of work. The Blue Devils finish this one up 12-2, and that pushes them to a 6-1 mark, I believe it is, on the year. And their next game will be Monday against Cleveland Eastside. Then with some more games next week, it's scheduled for the Vardaman Spring Classic. And following the Cleveland Eastside game, I believe, they play again Tuesday against Winona at Water Valley. And then the Vardaman Classic at Vardaman on the Wednesday and Thursday, excuse me. And then the next scheduled game after that for the Blue Devils will be against Independence on the 17th, that being a Friday at Independence. The Blue Devils have done 2 here, and next scheduled coverage for Cable Channel 12 here to cover the Blue Devils will be on the 21st of March with the game against Rosafort, when the Lions of Rosafort come to Water Valley on the 21st game time there for that one at 5 o'clock. In the meantime, the Blue Devils continue their winning ways and now are 6-1 and set up to play Cleveland Eastside Monday at noon, with the JV game at noon, the varsity game at 2 o'clock. So if you don't have anything to do Monday, we'll go up and check out the Blue Devils as they play, and also Tuesday as they play Winona at close to the same time. For now, this is Doug Carter saying so long, everybody.
Water Valley Blue Devil Baseball has been brought to you by Dr. Joe Walker, Williams Auto Sales, Luke's Body Shop, The Apostolist, the Water Valley Intranet, Dr. Paul Odom, Self Auto Sales, Sonic Drive-In, George's Garage, and Sail Oil. Stay tuned to Cable Channel 12 for Water Valley High School Athletics.